Boom! Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and we are now live for a kind of one-off stream, a shorter stream during the day, and that's because there has been some breaking news regarding Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. And I often said I don't really want to be talking about Jadon Sancho much more till the deal is done, but finally some news from some very, very credible journalists from Germany and Fabrizio Romano, Jan, Bild, Christian Folk, all these really credible journalists have given us an update on Sancho that we haven't yet heard. No more repeated Sancho stories. The Sancho deal is making a move. We're progressing. And some very, very credible journalists say the Sancho deal is likely to happen before the Euros. And if that happens, that's a mad one. But I'll believe it when I see it because it is Manchester United. So I'm going to get straight into all the latest Sancho news, read out exactly what's been said. But again, this is a big update regarding Jadon Sancho. You know, the deal was looking more likely than ever. Man United have made a bid. That bid is probably going to be rejected. Then they'll probably make another bid at a higher price. But Sancho could be a Man United player in the next 3 days. Sancho could be a Man United player tomorrow. Or Sancho could be a Man United player in 2 months' time. Like, there's massive updates on the Sancho deal. And a lot of credible journalists are saying it's very, very likely to happen before the Euros, which is mad. But when it came to Jadon Sancho last summer, Fabrizio Romano, Jan, and Christian Folk and Bild, they were all the credible sources. The credible sources got everything right regarding regarding Jadon Sancho last summer. And they're the 3 people on the Jadon Sancho news the quickest. I think, you know, when it comes to Jadon Sancho news, listen to Fabrizio Romano, listen to Jan, and I'd even say listen to Christian Folk, but more Fabrizio Romano and Jan. And they are the reliable journalists, and they've all come out and said a breaking statement about Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. So I'm going to read out what they said. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, and then I'm going to update you with some of the other news, and then we can, towards the end of the stream, we can talk about some other news that's come out if you want. But yeah, and I will read out some live chat. So please, guys, before I get into the news, smash that like button and subscribe down below, because this is some breaking United news. So Fabrizio Romano came out and tweeted this morning that Manchester United have reached an agreement with Sancho's camp on personal terms till 2026. Jadon not creating any problems. So Jadon Sancho has agreed to join Man United till 2026. We said a week ago Man United were going in to agree personal terms with Sancho. They said personal terms would be a problem. Jadon Sancho's camp and Man United have made an agreement. Sancho will join Man United if Dortmund accepts United's bid. This is all good news. Sancho's not the problem. Sancho wants to come. We all kind of know that. Fabrizio Romano has said that now Man United has started negotiating with Borussia Dortmund, a €95 million price. No agreement yet. But he said, as Jan said, they now feel the Sancho deal is closer than ever. And the thing about Man United is they're now officially in negotiations with Dortmund. And if we weren't going to get Sancho, if we weren't interested in getting Sancho, if we weren't interested in paying the £95 million price, we wouldn't even be going in negotiations with Sancho. And I think we're in a position where this deal is probably going to get done, because we know €95 million is £80 million. We know that we are willing to spend £80 million on Sancho, but we're just going to see if we can get for a bit less. But we wouldn't go in for this deal knowing that Dortmund have literally told us £80 million, July 23rd. We wouldn't go in for this deal if we were never going to pay £80 million by July 23rd, considering the fallout what happened last year. So I think the deal will happen. It's just a matter of when will it happen. And, you know, it could happen before the Euros, but I believe it when I see it. There is some credible journalists saying it's likely to happen before the Euros, but it's Man United. I believe it when I see it. Now, Bild's a pretty reliable source. They say that Man United have submitted their first offer to Borussia Dortmund for Jadon Sancho, and Manchester United's first official offer for Jadon Sancho is €69 million, but Borussia Dortmund are looking for €90 million, so we're €20 million short. Classic. Seeing if we can get them on the cheap. So we've put a bid for Sancho, but I think that first bid is going to be rejected. We've gone €20 million short, and Christian Folk did come out and say that bid will probably be rejected. Let me just see if there's any news on that. So yeah, no, the bid was probably going to be rejected. So the latest on Jadon Sancho right now for all of you guys that just joined, the latest is personal terms are done, agreed till 2026. Fabrizio Romano announced today Man United Sancho have an agreement. That's all done. Man United made their first official bid of €70 million, but apparently it was rejected according to Christian Folk. But Borussia Dortmund want €90 million, so Man United brought up their bid by €20 million or £50 million, which I think they will do. And a really reliable source also said that Manchester United are ready to increase the offer. So even though our first bid has been rejected, we're ready to increase our offer for Jadon Sancho, which is big, big news. We know that they want £80 million before July 23rd. We know that Man U are actually willing to pay £80 million. But what Man United are doing, because we're Save Money FC, is they're just going to see, can they get them for £70 million instead of £80 million? Just see if they can save any money. But I think, you know, we'll scuffle on this. But I think when we realise Dortmund aren't going to budge on their price, we will pay the money. Now, the question is, Will Man United do what they did last summer, and where they put in they reject it, they wait till the end of the window, thinking if they put that same bid in again, they'll accept if they play the long game, or have they learnt their lesson and all Man United just going to up their bid today, get the deal done before the Euros? That is the interesting situation regarding the latest on Jadon Sancho. But Fabrizio Romano also said that Jadon Sancho is now just waiting for Manchester United to agree a fee with Dortmund. Dortmund want about 90 million euros for the sale. Talks in progress. Dortmund considering the race is open for other clubs if United don't match their asking price. So Sancho's agreed to join United. Sancho wants United. Everything is done. United just need to go to Dortmund and be like, look, there you go. There's 90 million euros. Then Sancho's ours. We literally need to give Dortmund 80 million pounds and Sancho's ours. And if we don't do that, then Dortmund will open the race for other clubs. And the race is open for other clubs if Man United don't pay the price. And you know what's good about this? Is, you know, when we signed Bruno Fernandes in January, we were all in for Bruno Fernandes in January. I think we had personal terms agreed at the start of January. We were this close to signing Bruno at the start of January, but we wanted to see if we could save 5 million quid. So we waited to the end of January to sign Bruno. And then it got announced right at the end of January that other clubs were in for Bruno because it looked like Man United weren't going to pay the price for him. And the minute we realised other clubs were in for Bruno, we hurried up and paid that price. So Dortmund and Fabrizio Romano are saying that they're open to other clubs getting him if Man United don't pay that price. A minute another club shows an interest in Sancho for 90 million euros, Man United will hurry up and pay 90 million euros with Sancho. So that is sort of the latest on Sancho. You know, Sam Pilger also said that Man United and Jadon Sancho have an agreement, but a fee with Dortmund is still to be worked out. We've obviously put in a bid. The big artists we put in a bid, we're ready to up our bid, and the deal could be done before the Euros. With Sancho, you've got to believe it when you see it. If Sancho gets done before the Euros, I'd be gassed. I'd be absolutely ecstatic. I'd be really, really happy. But I'm not sure that the deal is going to get done till after the Euros, if you want my honest opinion. But that is the sort of Sancho situation as of now. I will keep you updated on all the updates regarding Jadon Sancho. So if we do sign Jadon Sancho, there will be a video straight on it. Someone said, I read it that Manchester United's first bid for Dortmund was rejected. It was 15 million. It was about 10 million quid short. Our first bid was about 10 million quid short of Dortmund's asking price. And that, I think, has been rejected according to Christian Folk. But it's really, really interesting. We made a bid. I think the big thing is the terms are officially agreed with Sancho again. So they're officially agreed now. So it's literally like Dortmund have said to us, £80 million before July 23rd and Sancho is yours. And because we didn't get Sancho last summer, and the fallout when we didn't get Sancho last summer, and the pressure on the Glazers at the moment with the Super League, with the protest, the Glazers cannot afford to not get Sancho. So we know he's going to be £80 million. We probably know we're going to have to pay £80 million. And we wouldn't be going back in for Sancho if we weren't willing to pay £80 million for him. We wanted him for £80 million last summer. We'll get him again for £80 million this summer. We wouldn't go back in for this deal if we weren't going to get it done. We could not live with the pressure on the Glazers. I'm not even talking about us fans, but the pressure on the Glazers. They could not live through two failed Jadon Sancho transfer winners, especially when he is 80 million quid this summer, and we were willing to spend 80 million quid from last summer. So I think we will get Jadon Sancho. I think it's very, very likely. I just say, look, I think we're going to get him. I just think it's a matter of when. You know, some people say we'll get him before the Euros, some people are going to say him after. But you have to say, the only issue with the Jadon Sancho thing is, like, I'm a big fan of Jadon Sancho. 80 million quid for Jadon Sancho, boom. I think that's a good price. But hopefully that doesn't come out of our budget on a centre-back and a CDM, because I think we all know we massively need a centre-back and a CDM. Guys, please hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. Could it be a here we go soon? Could it be a here we go soon? Well, I tell you what, if Fabrizio Romano has a here we go, I will be live. The second Sancho signs, the second Sancho is officially signed, I will be live. But it looks like the first bid has been rejected. As I went live, news has come out that the first bid has been rejected. Anto says, yes, there's an update, but Manchester United submitted a bid which is less than 25 million of the asking price. Yeah, we were 15 million euros short of the asking price. Deal will be done without medicals unless England will be out of the Euros. He can do his medical. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter about the medical to itself. As long as the deal's done, as long as you get your here we go from Fabrizio Romano medical pending, the deal is done. You know, it's literally like so Man United have agreed everything with Sancho. Man United, so everything's done between Man United and Sancho. Man United just need to agree a price with Dortmund, and then it's a deal done, the medical's pending announcement. But the moment we agree with Dortmund, the deal is done. So even if Sancho can't do his medical till after the Euros, we can still get the deal done before the Euros, because we can just announce it after the Euros. And knowing England, we'll probably get knocked out quickly. But yeah, pounds not bounds. Yeah, good point. But yeah, it's a big update on the thing. How much did Joe offer for? Yeah, we were about 15 million euros short. We are going to up our offer. It's been told we're going to up our offer. But I think, you know, United will. I knew United were going to make their first bid for Sancho, and we knew that United's first bid for Sancho would be had 10, 15 million underbid. That's how United do it. It's so annoying because Dortmund are literally sitting there like £80 million by July 23rd, and Sancho is yours. And United go, what about 69 million? What about 69 million? You know what United are like. We are just save money FC, save money FC. There's no update about Man United signing CDM. I will get into a little bit more transfer news towards the end of this live stream, but it won't be a super long live stream, this one, to be fair. I just wanted to give you like a banging update on the Sancho situation, because we're in a situation right now where this time tomorrow Sancho could be a United player, or we'll wait in a month's time, we're still waiting for the deal to be done. That is the thing. You just don't. The deal was close, but you just don't know when it's going to happen. A kid could negotiate better than Man United. I 100% agree with that. But the only issue is, are Man United blowing their whole transfer budget on Jadon Sancho? You know, we're going to look. Basically, we're going to get Jadon Sancho for £80 million. I think it's pretty obvious United are going to sign Jadon Sancho for £80 million. As I said, we wouldn't be going in from again if we weren't going to pay the money, because the fallout would be too big. We're willing to spend £80 million from last summer. We're willing to spend £80 million this summer. We're just trying to underbid to see if we get him. We're going to get Jadon Sancho. I put money on it. The only issue is, when we spend £80 million on Jadon Sancho, is that going to affect our transfer budget for other players? You know, are we gonna? Is that really? You know, are we gonna get CDM? Are we gonna get centre back? 67 likes needed for 100 likes, guys. So please hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football, because I'll be doing daily Manchester United content throughout the transfer window. So if you want to be updated on everything Manchester United wise, hit that like button. Subscribe down below. If we sign Sancho, there's a live. I'll be live again tomorrow night. If anything happens between now and tomorrow night, I'll be live. I know I don't normally go live at this time, but obviously, breaking Man United news. Rebuild FC says now all we need to wait for next summer and an £80 million centre back in 2023 for our £80 million striker, and of course £80 million CDM for the title 2025. It's happening. The only issue is, if we're spending all our money on Sancho, that means less likely to get a CDM and a centre back. But look, if we sign Sancho, I'm just going to be so happy, because, oh my God, I cannot sit here for another like week or two just saying the same Sancho shit. But the massive thing today is there is progression on the Sancho deal. It's not the same, the deal is close, but Man United haven't made contact with Dortmund. The progression is, we've agreed the deal with Sancho, we've made our first bid, now we're preparing our second bid, and we're ready to up our second bid. We're in negotiations with Dortmund. Reliable journalists say it could be done before the Euros, like things could happen before the Euros. Look, I don't think Sancho will be done before the Euros, but reliable journalists are saying it will be done before the Euros, so it is possible. It is 100% possible. I'm going to read out a few other stories quickly, and then I will address some live chats. But obviously, we know Jadon Sancho is the target. We know the Jadon Sancho thing. There was a little bit of an update on Paul Pogba. I might as well read from Mike McGrath. He said that Man United wants to get Paul Pogba to sign a new contract, as they don't want to lose him on a free after signing him for a record free. And Pogba knows he's either going to run down his contract or get a new contract at Old Trafford. So basically, quite a reliable journalist said Pogba ain't going to leave this summer. He's saying either Pogba signs a new contract or he runs it down and leaves for a free next summer. So it looks like Pogba's going to stay this summer, which means definitely less likely to get CDM. And talking about another signing, talking about a centre-back, because obviously I think we're all happy we're going to get Jadon Sancho and all that, but I think a lot of us are concerned, does this mean we're not going to get the centre-back or the CDM? If Pogba stays, we probably won't get CDM. But a report from Italy said that Manchester United have set their sights on Christian Romero and are willing to pay 45 million euros for him. Atlanta make his loan deal from Juventus permanent by saying more than 15 million and then 3 times more by selling him to United. So it looks like we're going to get Sancho for 80 million. But a news story's going in, even though we're going to spend 80 million on Sancho, that we're still happy to get Christian Romero for 45 million euros from Atalanta. But again, that's not being reported by super reliable journalists. So that's definitely a story to keep an eye on. If you've just joined the stream, Jan Feltov, I don't know how to say his name, so I just say Jan. Very reliable journalist. He said that the Sancho deal was getting closer. Man United getting as close as ever to signing Jadon Sancho. Fabrizio Romano announced that personal terms were agreed, negotiations going on. And Christian Falk said there was a bid that Man United made, it's been rejected. They're now going to make a higher bid. And they're all saying the deal's likely to be done. These are the 3 most reliable journalists when it comes to Jadon Sancho, because they're not English. You know, Jan, Falk, and Fabrizio Romano were the 3 most reliable journalists for the case of Sancho last summer. They were completely right. They're the 3 most reliable journalists when it comes to Sancho this summer. If you want to be updated on all the Sancho news, you've got to follow Jan or Fabrizio Romano at least. And obviously, another story that came out today that I might as well just cover, because I might not be live tonight unless we actually sign Sancho, is that Rafael Varane will be sold by Real Madrid this summer, and Man United and Chelsea have come forward with offers, and Real Madrid are hoping to get around 60 million. So we've made a bid for Sancho, but apparently we're coming in again for Varane offer. So it looks very like this transfer window is going to be Sancho and a centre-back. And it looks like very like Man United are just starting to get the work done this transfer window. You know, the transfer window opened yesterday We've agreed terms with Sancho. Everything's done with us and Sancho again. We've made our first Sancho bid, but we're also preparing a bid for Varane. We're also looking at other centre-backs, and it's looking more and more likely that this summer, Paul Pogba will stay, United will make a bid for a centre-back, and United will get Sancho. I think that's the indication of what is likely to happen this summer, but you just never know with United. We are bottle jobs FC. But I think, yeah, it's really, really interesting to see what happens with the Sancho deal. I'm going to read out a few live chats. If you have any questions for me, please put them down below in the live chat. Hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. And to say, if Manchester United sign someone like this, big money signings, then they have to go for a title, not satisfied with finishing top 4 when they sign Maguire and Paul Pogba. But yeah, exactly. We have to go for a title. And the only interesting thing is if we sign Sancho now, I hope that's not our only big signing, because I still think we are 3 signings away from a title. I think most Man United fans can agree United are probably 3 signings away from a title. So hopefully we don't blow our whole transfer budget on Jadon Sancho. £80 million is what we're going to get him for. We're trying to get him for £70 million. Our first bid's been rejected. I think we know that we can only get Jadon Sancho for £80 million or more. Yeah, but I think, yeah, 100%. We don't want to blow our whole budget on Jadon Sancho. And the other situation is, if you sign Sancho, he wants to come and win titles. Like, he's a good player. But yeah, if you've just joined, the breaking news is that Man United have submitted their first bid for Jadon Sancho, and there's now negotiations going on between Manchester United and Sancho. But the first intended sum of money United is too low. He's basically said, as we know, United's put their first bid in for Sancho. That's too low. United, of course, we're going to underbid on their first bid. They do it every time. Man United are now up in their bid. Man United are now in bid and negotiations with Jadon Sancho. But there's no mention of the bid being rejected yet, but they said the bid is too low and it's likely to be rejected, as far as I'm aware. But Man United have made their first bid of €70 million, but Borussia Dortmund want €90 million. So 20 million under, £50 million. Under the just in is obviously that Man United have reached an agreement with Sancho's camp until 2026. I'm not 100% sure what Sancho's wages are, but I assume they'll be 150 to 200k a week. But to be fair, for a player like Jadon Sancho, you're not going to complain too much. And there's also a story about Man United getting Sal Niguez, but look, we're talking about Sancho. We ain't getting Sal Niguez. We've been told Pogba's likely to stay, so I don't think we're going to get Sal Niguez. But the Manchester Evening News have just said that Manchester United remain in talks with Borussia Dortmund over a possible signing of Jadon Sancho this summer. But any breakthrough regards to completing the transfer still hasn't been imminent. Man United still very much in talks with Borussia Dortmund right now. Like right now, United are in talks with Borussia Dortmund. Right this second, United are trying to get this deal done with Dortmund. United is shit at negotiating, but we are in talks with Borussia Dortmund. And Manchester United sources remained that the situation is getting closer than ever. The view is the deal is more possible than last summer. A lot of journalists are saying, you know, this is way more possible than last summer because of the price has been lowered. Everyone at Man United thinks this deal is going to be done. And despite the latest reports, Dortmund are understood to be amenable to do a deal with Manchester United for Jadon Sancho, but is still expected to drive hard for a bargain on one of their best players. So there is rumours that Dortmund could lower their price, but they still they want 80 million, but they could lower it to 75 million is what they're saying, because they do want to sell Sancho. They've got a gentleman's agreement to sell Sancho. But, you know, Dortmund are going to be hard to budge. United are going to see if they can get Sancho for 70 million, not 80 million. But Dortmund are going to be hard to budge. But we do know Man United are ready to increase their offer for Jadon Sancho. So we made our first bid for Jadon Sancho. We're now ready to increase that offer, which is really, really, really interesting. And hopefully we get Sancho done. I think we will sign Sancho. There's loads. I think, you know, there's no way we cannot sign Sancho. The fallout will be too big. But I think a matter with the Sancho situation is it's a matter of when it's done, not will it be done. Can you hear that in the background? There's a really annoying sound in the background. Let me close my window. Wait a sec, guys. Someone is trimming their hedges. I can hear it and it's pissing me off. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm just going to close my window there. But yeah, I'm going to read out a few more live chats while we're live. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. Mr. Randomizer says 80 million is a good deal. Then we should go for Varane, 40 million, and a CDM, which will pay for Lingard. We could get money for Rice. Yeah, I agree with you there, Mr. Randomizer. I'd like to see 80 million for Sancho, 40 million for Varane. And say we get 25 million for Lingard. So 80 million for Sancho, 40 million for Varane. We get 25 million for Lingard. That's 95 million pounds spent. Then let's say we also make another 20 million announced. That's 75 million pounds spent just on a centre back and a right winger. Then we put in another 40 million for Locatelli if we can't get Rice, or another CDM. But yeah, we pay Martial 200k a week. Harry Kane's such a fool. Honestly, yeah. I mean, I do rate Martial, but we do overpay Martial. But Sancho played in England in youth academy, but Sancho's never played Premier League football. Diego's at work. Guys, please keep hitting that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video. I'm giving you all the latest updates on Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. I know I'm not normally live at this time. It's such an awkward time to go live, but obviously it was just such breaking news. It was the Jadon Sancho story that we hadn't actually heard before. So I was like, I've got to go live for this breaking Sancho news. Anto says we can't pay more for Bundesliga players. You see Naby Keita not fit. Timo Werner just can't score. Bundesliga is a joke. I think £70 million is enough. Do you think Sancho will flop? Does anyone think Sancho will flop? That's the only question. Does anyone have a bad feeling about Sancho and everything? But yeah, have some water. Damn, this news is almost as good as a wrap, but I still think Sancho can be done before the Euros. I will have a sip of water. If you have any questions for me regarding the latest Sancho news or any questions you want me to answer, please put them in the live chat. I'm just going to take a quick swig of water. I do talk quite quickly, to be fair. It's like when I'm in a rambling on a point, I do talk quite fast. But I did need a drink of water, so thanks for that. The Sancho deal is slow. Sancho is not slow. It won't be long to adjust to the PL. I think Sancho it will find it easy to adjust to the Premier League because he doesn't need to adjust to England. He is English. He's got friends at United. Like, I don't think we need to worry too much about Sancho adjusting to the Premier League and all of that. But obviously Jan, the very, very reliable journalist, has given his update on Sancho, and he's just saying United and Sancho is just getting closer and closer. And I think it's really good that it's come from Jan, because when it comes from English sources, you're just like, oh, has it been leaked from the club? Is it a PR spin? But because of the sources this Sancho news has come out from, you just know it's like legit. You know it's not a PR spin. You know it's not come from United. You know this is like legit. We've made a bid. You know it's legit. Sancho's agreed to join and all of that. So I think the best thing about this news is it's come from Fabrizio Romano. It's come from Christian Folks. It's come from all these journalists that are 100% reliable. If you've just joined the stream, Fabrizio Romano has said that Man United and Sancho have reached an agreement on personal terms until 2026. Jadon not creating any problems. Sancho wants the deal to be done. Sancho's happy to join United. Sancho has officially agreed to join Manchester United. That's the big news. We knew personal terms wasn't going to be a problem, but personal terms have officially been agreed, and negotiations are starting between Man United and Dortmund, but we have not found an agreement with Dortmund as of yet, but the deal is very, very, very close. I think Sancho's pushing for the move, United's pushing for the move, Dortmund are letting him go. The Sancho United situation is very, very close, and Jadon Sancho is not creating a problem. And as I said earlier, I think United will sign Sancho. I think the fact that we've gone back in for Sancho, the fact that Sancho's agreed to join again, I think we will sign Sancho, but I think it's just a matter of when Sancho sign. Man United did put in their first bid for Jadon Sancho, but that bid was rejected and are now ready to up that bid to a higher price. United just trying to see if they can get a nice bargain on Sancho. And as we know, the Sancho deal is closer than ever. So there could be some big updates regarding Jadon Sancho, There could be some big updates regarding Jadon Sancho. For all of you that's just joined, please hit that like button, subscribe down below. Sancho, Man United, personal terms agreed. The deal is closer than ever. All these reliable journalists, and Jan, Fabrizio Romano, Christian Folk, confirm Man United are now officially in talks with Dortmund, and there is a chance this deal could be done before the Euros. Obviously, with Man United, we're shit at negotiating. I'll believe the deal when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it, Man United. If we get Sancho done before the Euros, that's a madness. Look, we're probably going to get Sancho done. We're back in. Sancho's agreed to join. As I said, Man United will sign Sancho this summer. Well, I'm not a psychic, but there's no way we were going to fuck up the Sancho deal this summer. £80 million by July 23rd, Sancho is ours. Sancho's agreed to join. All we need to do is give Dortmund the money they want. We learned our lesson last summer. Let's not play hard bargain with Dortmund. Let's not play out with Dortmund. We've come in with our first bid. Our first bid is too low. We're now preparing our second bid. And all the really reliable journalists are saying a deal is likely. And a lot of credible journalists are saying a deal could happen before the Euros. But as of right now, no agreement's been made. But the agreement between Sancho and United's been made. But Man United's still negotiating a price with Borussia Dortmund. But the first bid of 70 million was rejected, as far as I believe. And if it hasn't been rejected, we know it will be rejected because Dortmund want £80 million. So United 15 million euros short on their first bid, of course. Fabrizio was briefing Twitter last night, I heard. I mean, Fabrizio Romano, like, honestly, guys, go put your post notifications on for either Jan or Fabrizio Romano, because, like, if Sancho's going to sign in the next few days, he'll be the first to announce it. And obviously, if you're not subscribed to Alice Talks Football, we've made a bid for Sancho. The deal's very, very close. The minute Sancho signs for United, there will be a live stream. The minute Sancho signs for Man United, there will be a live stream. So when Sancho's officially done, when we get our here we go, medical pending, there will be a live stream. So if you don't want to miss out on any of the latest Manchester United news, any of the latest Sancho news, hit that like button, subscribe down below, and all of that, because I'm doing daily Manchester United content throughout the transfer window. We're talking about the Sancho update, big update on Jadon Sancho, massive, massive news. Finally, something interesting's happened regarding Sancho to Man United. There's no more of this repeated English media shit and all of that. But yeah, if you have any questions, please put them down below in the live chat. I'll be answering as many questions as I can down below in the live chat. If Sancho is done before the Euros, then we'll have more time to get a centre-back and a CDM. And all the indications coming out today is that Man United are very much determined to get this Sancho deal done. They believe the Sancho deal will be done. They believe they will not fail to get Sancho. All the news coming out is saying that Sancho to Man United will happen. It's just a matter of when. United just need to up their bid. But I think what we know is I think Man United are going to get Sancho done, and then I think they're going to focus on a centre-back. But there was a story today about Paul Pogba staying, so I don't think we're going to get CDM. But I think the latest on Man United is Sancho to be done, centre-back wanted. But, you know, I just really hope that we can get Sancho done before the Euros, because I don't believe it with United. You know, these credible journalists saying Sancho's going to be done before the Euros. Like, I don't believe them, because it's United. It's United. I only believe what Fabrizio Romano and Jan say. Like, they're the only two journalists I'm going to believe when it comes to the Jadon Sancho story, because I don't want to be, like, sold that he's going to come before the Euros. But look, if we sign Sancho before the Euros, there will be a live stream. There will be me absolutely gassed. I really hope we sign Jadon Sancho before the Euros, but I believe it when we see it. But I think the big thing today, the big thing to take from this today, and I don't want to be repeating myself too much, but I just feel like we've now made a bid for Sancho. Sancho's now agreed personal terms. We are officially backing for Sancho. It's not talk. It's not media English PR spin. It's none of this United leaking stories to the press to take the fans off their Glazers. Man United have officially made an offer for Sancho, and they're going to up that offer. So I think that is the interesting thing. I think that is the big update, that we know that this is not a PR spin. It's not come from the English press. It's come from the most credible journalists in football, that Sancho's agreed to join Man United. Man United have made their first bid. They're now going to up their second bid and try and get this Sancho deal done. And I think that is the key thing to take for it. 100%, 100%. If you have any comments, please put them down below in the live chat. Someone's just asked me what bid. Man United made a £70 million bid for Jadon Sancho, but it was rejected because Dortmund holding out for £80 million. And it has been told that Man United are going to up their offer and make an £80 million bid for Jadon Sancho. Bid hasn't rejected from Dortmund. They want 80 million. Yeah, the bid from Dortmund, I believe, has been rejected, and we're going to up our bid. I think we have to give Dortmund £80 million if we want to sign Sancho. So the first bid is rejected, but for all we know, we could make a second bid today and sign him. But you never know with United. You never know with United. They're definitely delaying the deal. But what we do know is Sancho has agreed to join Man United, deal till 2026. 5-year personal terms agreed. Sancho wants to join. Sancho's pushing the move. United want to get it done. Dortmund want to sell. First bid made, first bid rejected. Man United to up their offer for a second bid. Could our second bid be accepted? Could Sancho be a Man United player before the Euros? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. Someone says, doesn't it feel like a dream? Our negotiations may be changing since Woodward is out. Woodward is out. Woodward isn't doing the negotiations. Like, maybe I have a bit more confidence. Ish United, we are shit at negotiating. Like, this is the thing. We've agreed personal terms with Jadon Sancho. Boom. Deal done to 2026. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, Sancho agrees personal terms. Good news. Brilliant news. Perfect news. But Sancho agreed personal terms last summer. We made a bid. It got rejected. We waited to the end of the window just to see if we could make the same bid for it still to be rejected. The good thing about this summer, and I think the reason we're going to get Sancho this summer, is because he is £80 million. Last summer, Sancho was £108 million. This summer, Sancho is £80 million. We were more than willing to spend £80 million on Jadon Sancho last summer. So we're definitely going to be more than willing to pay £80 million on Jadon Sancho this summer. And you've also got to think about Jadon Sancho to Man United. Why this deal will happen, and why, even though we've made a bid and the first bid rejected, why I think we will get Jadon Sancho is because the Glazers are under more pressure than ever. I say this time and time again on the channel. Man United will sign Sancho because the Glazers cannot afford to not get Jadon Sancho. The protests have happening, the Super League happened. The fallout when we didn't sign Jadon Sancho last summer was so big on the Glazers. The fallout with the Super League was so big on the Glazers. Woodward is gone. The Glazers out protest. The Glazers have had to apologise. The Glazers going on the fan forum. The Glazers need a signing to win back the fans. And the Glazers know if we're this close to Jadon Sancho again and we don't get him, the fallout will be so big. They just couldn't live with it. You know, what this time a year ago when we didn't sign Jadon Sancho, the fallout was so big. You know, considering how low the Glazers are in, considering that the Glazers have got pressure from sponsors are pulling out with the Glazers pockets are being hurt. If we don't get Jadon Sancho this summer, it's only worse from the Glazers. And Man United is all about saving money, FC and the Glazers. And if the Glazers sign Jadon Sancho for £80 million, they actually save themselves some pocket. The Glazers will benefit. They will profit off us signing Sancho because we've got pressure from Adidas because our shirt sales are falling. You sign Sancho, you know those shirt sales are going to go up, whether you're Glazing or not. You sign Sancho, you know the sponsorships are on it. You sign Sancho, you know your social media clips have doubled, tripled, quadrupled. Like, this is why I think United have gone in for Sancho. Yes, our first bid's been rejected. Yes, our first bid is quite low on Jadon Sancho. But the reason I think United will sign Jadon Sancho is because the Glazers cannot afford to fuck this deal up. They cannot afford to it. The pressure on the Glazers would be too big. Please, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. Subscribe down below to Alice Talks Support. I do daily Manchester United content. When Man United officially sign Jadon Sancho, when that officially happens, whether it's next week, whether it's in 3 months, whether it's in 3 years, when the Jadon Sancho deal is officially done, I will be live straight away to notify you guys on that. If we sign Sancho, I'm live. If we sign a player, I'm live. If we're close to signing a player, I'm live. I go live about 7:45 most evenings. I do daily Manchester United news. So if you've not seen my face before, subscribe down below for daily Manchester United content. I'm updating you on the latest regarding Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. So please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football. If you have any questions for me, please put them down below in the live chat. Any questions you have, please put them down below in the live chat. I'm going to try and read out as many questions as I have, you guys. If you have any questions around the Sancho situation, any questions about Man United and transfers, any questions about who we might sign, please put them down below in the live chat. Rebuild FC City got Diaz and Laporte for 110 million. We got Maguire and Wan-Bissaka for 135 million. Sancho 80 million again. Sounds suspicious. Yep. Look, Man United aren't the best in transfer business. United aren't the best in negotiating price and that. I think £80 million for Jadon Sancho is a fair price. But I do think with United, if we spend £80 million on Sancho, does that not mean we're going to spend 40-50 million on CDM, 40-50 million on centre-back? The only negative of getting Jadon Sancho this summer, the only negative of us signing Jadon Sancho is, yes, we need a right winger. Yes, Jadon Sancho's a brilliant signing. And it's pretty obvious Man United are going to sign Jadon Sancho this summer. Will it be done before the Euros? Will it be done after the Euros? Only time will tell. But if we spend 80 million on Jadon Sancho, are we going to buy a CDM and a centre-back? Now, there's no indication of us buying a CDM. We know we're probably not going to get CDM this summer unless we get a lot of money as an out. And as much as I love Jadon Sancho, we are spending 80 million on Jadon Sancho. And at max, we'll spend 40 million on a centre-back like Varane, like Romero, maybe Pau Torres. But all I can see this summer, and every indication from every news outlet this summer, is it's going to be Jadon Sancho on a centre-back. And I love Jadon Sancho. I love a centre-back. But we need a CDM more than anything because United don't have a CDM. 80 million, 77 million is got. Yeah, I think 77 million they would accept. I think Dortmund want 80 million, but I believe they would accept 77 million. I'm just going to take a quick swig of water. But if you have any questions regarding the Jadon Sancho situation, please put them down below in the live chat. I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible. Yeah. Any questions, put them in the live chat. Sancho only got 2 years left on his contract. Exactly. Dortmund will want to sell Sancho this summer because they know next summer, 1 year left on his contract. Like United could get him for like 40-50 million. Sancho could push for the move because Dortmund's worst nightmare is Sancho going on a free. Sancho has 2 years left on his contract, so Dortmund will want to sell him this summer because next summer, Erling Haaland. This is why Dortmund have to sell Sancho this summer. Dortmund have to sell Sancho this summer, and maybe that's why Man United is trying to get bargains because next summer, Erling Haaland will go for 60 million quid because of his release clause. And next summer, because Sancho would have 1 year left, they would only get 40-50 million for him because he would go for a free, and they don't want to risk him going for a free. So Dortmund have to sell Sancho this summer because next summer they will sell Erling Haaland. He's got a 60 million pound release clause. Erling Haaland will leave Dortmund next summer. But Dortmund will not want to lose Erling Haaland and Sancho in the next transfer window. Dortmund cannot wait a year to sell Sancho because they either lose Haaland and Sancho in the next transfer window if he doesn't go this summer, and then the following transfer window, or they lose Haaland for 60 million the following transfer window, Sancho goes for free. So Sancho has to leave Dortmund this transfer window, and maybe Man United know that. Maybe Man United know that, like, if Sancho doesn't leave this summer, he either leaves really cheap with Haaland next summer and Dortmund won't want to sell both in the same summer, or he goes for free the following summer. Maybe Man United know that Dortmund, because of Sancho's 2 years left on his contract, Dortmund have to sell Sancho this summer. And maybe Man United know that Dortmund have to sell him. Sancho wants to come to them. They are in the driving seat. So maybe Man United believe they could get for 70 million, not 80 million. But I think it's pretty clear of Dortmund's terms. I say £80 million, play the money. Alice is very good at giving clear information in a positive call well. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and see if we can get 100 likes by the end of this video. And please do subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. It's a Manchester United fan channel. I'm updating you on all the latest Manchester United news regarding Sancho to Manchester United, regarding Varane to Manchester United. If you want to be updated on all the latest Manchester United news, please do subscribe because you won't miss anything out. Like I don't normally go live at this time, but because there's such a big update on Sancho, I am live. I'm on the road to 14,000 subscribers, by the way, guys. And we are literally 20 subs away from 13.7k. 20 subscribers away from 13.7k. So can we hit 13.7k by the end of the stream? That'd be awesome. For those of you who've just joined the stream, because a lot of people have just joined the stream, this is the latest on Jadon Sancho, because I'm sure this is why you've joined the stream. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Manchester United have reached an agreement with Jadon Sancho on personal terms until 2026. Jadon not creating any problem. Man United, Sancho, all agreed. Everything between Man United, Sancho, wages, personal terms, everything's agreed for Man United and Sancho. Sancho will join to 2026. Now Manchester United have got to agree with Dortmund, as Fabrizio Romano says. Negotiations have started with Borussia Dortmund. They've got a 90 to 95 million euro asking price, but obviously no agreement between Sancho and Dortmund have been made. Yeah, Builder just said that Manchester United have submitted their first offer for Borussia Dortmund for Jadon Sancho, but that offer was £70 million and it will be rejected, as Christian Falk said. And obviously, Jan said that the deal is closer than ever. With Jadon Sancho news, make sure you follow Fabrizio Romano, make sure you follow Jan, and Build's a pretty reliable outlet, because you don't want to follow the English media on Jadon Sancho news, because the English media just get what United want them to know, what United link to them. You know, make sure if you want to be updated on all the Jadon Sancho news, of course, subscribe to me. But make sure you keep up to date with what Jan's saying and what Fabrizio Romano is saying, because everything they're saying is facts. Everything they said last summer was facts. We got a lot of English media lie to us last summer. We get a lot of English media saying the same repeat story. Jan, Fabrizio Romano, very, very reliable journalists. They're saying facts. So they're two journalists that you've got to listen to regarding the Jadon Sancho story. But the deal could be done today. You know, could the Jadon Sancho to Man United deal be done today? Could it be done before the Euros? I think what we've learned from today is that the deal will be done. United will get Sancho, but I think what we want to know is, will the deal be done? Also, a little bit of news regarding Declan Rice to Man United. I thought I might as well throw this in. Man United, Man City are believed to be considering making an offer for Declan Rice. However, Chelsea, like both other targets, can afford them. This is the thing. Man United might make an offer for Declan Rice. That's also news coming out today from The Athletic. So I don't know what it is with United, but they are feeding us news after news after news after news after news story after news story. United, today we've been told United are probably going to get Varane, and United are making an offer for Varane. Today we've been told United have made an offer for Sancho, and today, but this is from an English journalist, but it's been said that we might go in for Rice. I don't think we'll get Declan Rice. I said before, if Man United sign Declan Rice, I'll give £100 away on this channel. So if you think Man United are going to sign Declan Rice, you might as well subscribe, because you could win £100, but I don't think we're going to sign Declan Rice. But yeah, the latest is Sancho is close, Declan Rice interest, and of course a centre back. But if I was going to predict Man United's transfer window, I'm saying Jadon Sancho deal will be done. Will it be done today? I don't know. Will it be done this week? I don't know. Will it be done next month? Possibly. Will it be done before after years? I don't know. I think the Jadon Sancho news will be done. I think that's what we've learned today. I think what we also learned today is we look like we're getting a centre-back. I think it's going to be Jadon Sancho and a centre-back this summer. And the good thing, again, is this news hasn't come from English journalists. Someone's asked me about Mbappe. Man United won't sign Mbappe. If we were going to sign Mbappe, it'd be all over the media for the last 2 years. I would prefer Jules Koundé to Varane, and especially Torres. Yeah, I think Jules Koundé is better than Varane, but I think because Varane's got 1 year left on his deal, United will get Varane over Koundé because, one, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants a centre-back that's going to slot right in, because you know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he benches Bailly for Lindelof, he benches Tuanzebe for Lindelof. Bailly and Tuanzebe are better than Lindelof, in my opinion. Jules Koundé is better than Lindelof. If we sign Jules Koundé or Pau Torres, will Ole bench them for Lindelof? Who knows? The thing about signing Varane is, you know Ole won't bench Varane for Lindelof. Like, benching Varane for Lindelof, what are you, a Swedish Lindelof lover? But yeah, I prefer Jules Koundé to Varane, but I think United will get Varane because of the 1 year left on his deal. He's cheaper. Obviously, Man United are going to sign a centre-back. It's going to be Varane, Jules Koundé, Pau Torres, Botman or Romero, I believe. I don't think we're going to get White. I don't think we're going to get Mings. If we do get White or Mings, disgusting. But yeah, I think this transfer window will be Jadon Sancho and a centre-back to Man United. I think Lingard will go, possibly Mata will go, possibly Dan James will go if we get Sancho. But I think that will be the transfer window for Manchester United. If you have any questions, guys, please do put them down below in the live chat. I'm going to try and read out as many questions down below as possible. We are 11 subscribers away from 13.7k, so please do subscribe if you're not already subscribed. 11 subs away from 13.7k. I'm on the road to 14k. Personal terms have been agreed for over a year now, says someone. Well, actually, Man United agreed personal terms with Jadon Sancho last year till 2025. However, Man United went in with a new offer for Jadon Sancho with personal terms till 2026, and Jadon Sancho's agreed personal terms yet again with Manchester United, just confirming that even though a year later, Jadon Sancho still wants to move and he will join Manchester United till 2026 once Dortmund and Man United can negotiate a fee. That is the situation. Personal terms were never a problem, but today personal terms are officially agreed. That's the big thing. We knew personal terms were going to be agreed, but today they are officially agreed. It's officially announced. It's like we kind of know we're going to sign Sancho. Like, there's a lot of indication that we're going to sign Sancho. We kind of know we're going to sign Sancho, but we're waiting for the day that it's officially announced that we sign Sancho. Medical pending. You know what? Here we go. And I think that's with personal terms. We knew that personal terms was going to happen, but it's officially done. So, you know, no more of this United working with Sancho. No more of this United aren't in negotiations with Dortmund. The big thing today is United are now in negotiations for Dortmund, and a deal could be done. A deal's getting close. Will the deal be done before the Euros? Will the deal be done today? I'll believe it when I see it. But it's possible, you know. I don't want to be too hyped about this. You know, I got very much on the Sancho hype train last summer. When we agreed personal terms for Jadon Sancho last summer, I was like, boom, it's happening. Boom, yay, yay, yay. I got way too much on the Sancho hype last summer that I don't want to get too hyped up right now. But I just think that this deal will happen. I just think that the deal will happen. So I'm very, very excited. Please do get any questions in the live chat. I'm going to try and read out as many questions down below as possible. Hit that like button, subscribe down below, and all of this. I wasn't planning to go live for this long, but we got so many questions and all of that I just want to read it out. Someone said that Cavani is a great player, but he's old and he has pace less definitely than Salah or Kane will win Golden Boot next season. I don't think Cavani will win Golden Boot next season because he can't stay fit for a whole year. Star-Lord says that Rice wants Chelsea. I want Neves. He's so disrespected. He would step up a level if he joined United. I think Neves would be a good son for United. And the thing is, there's a lot of Wolves players that will probably go this summer. Wolves, new manager. Wolves not doing as well. Could United make a move for a Wolves player? Again, I just think... I don't know if we're going to sign a CDM. I've talked about this in all my live streams this week. I don't want to go too much on about it. But I don't think United will sign a CDM. Yeah, I think it's going to be Sancho in the centre-back. I don't know if we're going to sign a CDM. If you have any questions, guys, put them in the live chat. Steve says if Ollie leaves, I think it could be January. Then we'll know how he does. But I think he should wait till May. I think this is my situation on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It looks like Ollie's going to get Sancho this summer. And it looks like Ollie's going to get centre-back this summer. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets a centre-back, a CDM, and Sancho, and it's not doing well by Christmas, you sack him. But I think this summer, the Glazers need to back Ole. They need to give him Sancho. They need to give him Varane, and they need to give him a CDM. And we'll see how he does. And if he's not doing well by Christmas, you sack him. You do the Thomas Tuchel, maybe we win the Champions League. Now, I'm joking, but, you know. Someone said that Varane is mistake-prone. I do agree with that. I think he's lucky because he plays next to Ramos. You know, John Stones looks really good at the moment because he plays next to Diaz. Actually, talking of centre-backs, apparently Maguire's going to be fit for the Euros and he's going to play versus Croatia, which is good. What CDM are we looking at? I don't know. I don't know what CDM we're looking at. I know Declan Rice is the only CDM we're being strongly linked to, but I know United won't buy Declan Rice because 1, Rice wants Chelsea, 2, Rice is £90 million. If we pay £80 million on Sancho, we're not getting Declan Rice. Declan Rice is the only CDM United are looking at, but I don't think we will sign Declan Rice. Which is a little bit depressing. It's really worrying because Koopman's gone for 20 million, Sumo gone for 20 million. We need to be looking at Basuma, Sakaria, Locatelli. I think that are our options. What's the story about Ronaldo, says Geller? The latest on Ronaldo to Manchester United is like Ronaldo could be leaving Juventus, Man United and PSG are in for him. There's a lot of stories about Man United signing Cristiano Ronaldo. There's a lot of news articles about Man United signing Ronaldo and Pogba swap deal and all of that. But I think we've got indication that Pogba's going to stay and run down his contract or stay and sign a new contract. That he ain't going to leave this summer. I think, Fabrizio Romano said that, look, there's really nothing in Sancho to Man United. As of now, there's nothing, not Sancho, sorry. Sancho to Man United, there's loads going on. There's really not that much in Ronaldo to Man United. I think this Ronaldo story is a bit of crap. I don't think United are going to sign Ronaldo. I think we're going to sign Sancho, but I don't think we're going to sign Ronaldo. There's not much in this Ronaldo to Manchester United story, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button, subscribe down below, and share this video, guys. Diaz has been crap for Portugal. Someone asked, why do I prefer Koundé? I prefer Koundé because I think he's younger. I think Varane plays with Ramos, so he looks better. That's why I prefer Koundé. Someone says, just buy Kane and Sancho and we're set. Well, yeah, in attack, but definitely not in defence. Have you seen Lindelof? Have you seen Fred and all of that? Someone says they have so much respect for me. Thank you very, very much. Guys, please do hit that like button, subscribe down below. I think we're like 5 subs away. Yeah, we're 6 subscribers away from 13.7k. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. 6 subs away. 6 subs away. Let's go. For everyone that's just joined the stream and you want to be updated on the latest to Jadon Sancho to Manchester United, FABRIZIO Romano has confirmed that Man United have officially reached agreement with Sancho's camp on personal terms until 2026. Jadon Sancho is not creating any problems. Sancho, Man United did agree till 2026. FABRIZIO Romano, the Don of transfers, has confirmed that. Negotiations are now starting with Dortmund over a price, but no agreement has been made between Man United and Dortmund yet. But Man United did make a bid for Dortmund. Man United made their first official bid for Jadon Sancho, but that is believed to be rejected as of Christian Folk from Bild, and Man United are now preparing to up their bid, make a second bid for Jadon Sancho, and get this deal over the line. There's a lot of indication that the deal could happen really, really soon. There's a lot of indication that this deal could happen before the Euros. Even if Sancho can't have his medical, Sancho's agreed to join Man United. The minute Man United and Dortmund agree on a price, Sancho's a United player. The minute Man United and Dortmund agree on that price, Sancho's a United player. Man United made their first offer, it's been rejected. Man United are going to up their second offer. Dortmund are in a position where I said earlier, Dortmund have to sell Sancho this summer. Dortmund have to sell Sancho this summer. So United, in a weird way, are in a driving seat, because if they don't sell Sancho this summer, they risk losing Haaland and Sancho next summer, because Haaland will leave by next summer because of his release clause. And if they don't sell Sancho next summer, the summer after, he goes on a free because he's got 2 years left. So Dortmund have to sell Sancho this summer. So maybe that's why United are just negotiating, because they know that Dortmund kind of need to sell them this summer, or they lose them both next summer, or if they don't lose them both next summer, Sancho goes on a free the summer after. And we know Dortmund are a selling club. We know Dortmund love making profit from selling players. So maybe United have underbidded by 15 million because they believe they can get Sancho for less than £80 million, and they are in the driving seat. But what I say to Man United is, do not start playing hardball FC United. Please don't start playing hardball FC. I'm done with hardball United. I'm done with hardball FC. Just get the deal done. I mean, £80 million by July 23rd, and Sancho is ours. If we do sign Sancho, guys, today, or if we do sign Sancho before the Euros, if he officially signs, there will be a video on it. So the minute the Sancho deal is officially done, the minute Sancho officially signs, there will be a video on it. So don't worry about that. If you want to be updated on all the latest regarding Jadon Sancho, please do hit that like button. If you've not seen my face before, I basically do live streams pretty much every evening, giving you the update on all the latest Man United news, all the different stories that's gone about, the credibility on it, my thoughts on it. I also answer a lot of my live chats and questions and all of that. But obviously, I don't normally go live at this time, but because there was such breaking Jadon Sancho news, I felt like I had to go live at this time because the news on Sancho was so big. And if there's any breaking relevant news, I'll be live straight away to update you on all of that. So please do subscribe and all of that. But yeah, if you have any questions or thoughts, please put them down below in the live chat. Most likely, Sancho will hold the shirt after the Euros. The Sancho deal can be done before the Euros, but United, I don't think, can announce it to after the Euros, because I don't think he'd be allowed to fuck off and go get his medical unless he gets like a day off England camp. We are 3 subscribers away from 13.7k. 3 subscribers away, guys. So please do subscribe if you're not subscribed, because we're only 3 subscribers of 13.7k. What do I use to stream? I use StreamYard to stream. And Anta says Dortmund are not a selling club. They maybe can sell Erling Haaland and Sancho, but it doesn't mean they will sell everyone. I think Dortmund are in the sense of selling club because they like to buy young players and sell them for more. I would say Dortmund are selling club. Steve says the sooner the deal done, the better, man. You can start their business in a transfer window. Exactly. I really hope we get this Jadon Sancho deal done before the Euros. There's a lot of credible journalists saying this deal could be done in the next few days. It could be done today for all we know. But it's United, so I won't believe the deal is done until we know the deal is done. But I think it's really important we get this deal done before the Euros, and we can get this deal done before the Euros because Sancho's agreed, and now we're in negotiations with Dortmund. We know the terms. We can easily get this deal done today if we push for it. But I think United will want to save money and maybe drag out the deal. But I think the massive reason it's important we get this deal done sooner rather than later is if we get the Sancho deal done this week, it gives us the whole of the transfer window to focus on the centre back we want. And I think the situation with Man United and transfer windows is we spent a lot of transfer windows negotiating for one player. So we need to sign 3 players this transfer window. And if we get Sancho this week, if we get Sancho done early, that gives us the whole of the rest of the transfer window to get a centre-back and a CDM. And already 2 good CDMs have gone, and Coopermans and Sumo for 20 million. And, you know, if you wait towards the end of the transfer window, all the well-priced good CDMs that everyone wants are gone. So if we wait till the end of the transfer window to get a centre-back and get a CDM, Chelsea would have got their first choice, Real Madrid would have got their first choice, Bayern would have got their first choice. If we wait till the end of the transfer window to get our centre-back and get our CDM, you either get the really, really overpriced player or the players that no one wants. And I think, you know, it's really, really important that we get Sancho done this week, because Chelsea might say we want Jules Koundé. All of a sudden, Chelsea want Jules Koundé. Jules Koundé goes to Chelsea. Let's say Real Madrid keep Varane, and let's say, I don't know, Barcelona sign Romero from Atlanta. That's our third centre-back choice is gone, because we spent so long on Sancho. We only had a week to get centre-back sorted. It only leaves us with Pau Torres. So I think it's really, really important that we try and get this Sancho deal done like now and this week, so we're not waiting until the last week of the winter to get centre-back done, and we only get the centre-back that no one wants. I'm just going to take a quick swig of water, then I will read out some more live chat. Someone says, is Van der Beek going to get more game time next season? I wish I could tell you. I really hope he does. I feel really sorry for Donny. He's had a really, really tough year, but I really do hope that Van der Beek gets some more game time. Because, you know, he's a great player. He's a great player. I'm getting a lot of Sancho memes come up on my Twitter. You know, you know what's next. You know what's next. Sancho's trending on Twitter. We're back in full-on Sancho hype time. Konstantin Eckers said that personal terms were never an issue with Jadon Sancho and Manchester United. They basically had an agreement over the last year, as we know. The question is, how hard will Man United try to lower the price until BVB they finalise the deal? The transfer saga will be over this summer. Konstantin Eckers said this transfer saga will be over this summer, but are Man United going to play hardball with Dortmund? We are £15 million short on our first bid. Juan Roberto, a Spanish journalist, has said, breaking, Man United are in the final stages of negotiations with Borussia Dortmund for a transfer of Jadon Sancho. A deal could be well agreed before the start of the Euro 2021 tournament or even during the tournament. So another journalist saying this deal could be done before or during the tournament. And I said yesterday, I think the deal will be done after the tournament, because this time yesterday, we weren't even in talks with Dortmund. This time yesterday, I thought we're just going to wait till after the Euro to be in talks with Dortmund. We are now in talks with Dortmund, so we could possibly get the deal done. We could possibly get the deal done, but yeah. Manchester 777 says, we don't even benefit from dragging out these deals. We end up paying the selling clubs what they wanted in the end anyway. Yeah, I think it's really important that we don't drag out this Sancho deal. As I said, Bruno Fernandes, we dragged out the deal. We paid the same money they wanted officially. Maguire, 80 million. We dragged out a whole window, still paid 80 million. Sancho, we dragged out the whole of last window. They didn't budge. I think it's really important that we don't drag out the Sancho deal, because we can get it done. We can get it done. But, yeah, 100%. I'm trying to read out a few more live chats before I end the stream. Chelsea can offer 90 mil plus SIG, then we're doomed. Yeah, but I think Chelsea want Haaland. The situation is, us and Chelsea both want Rice, but I think we know Rice is more likely to go to Chelsea because Rice wants Chelsea. Us and Chelsea both want Sancho, but I think Sancho is more likely to come to Man United because Sancho wants Man United. You know, the reason I'm not too worried about Chelsea is because, one, Chelsea are going to go full career mode and probably get Hakimi and Haaland, and Chelsea much more want a striker. And two, the reason I'm not worried about Chelsea is because Sancho wants United, not Chelsea. The only way Chelsea gets Sancho is if United fuck it up. If the United board fuck it up and play hardball with Dortmund and won't budge their £70 million bid, but we've been told Man United are going to up their bid. But if United don't up their bid for Sancho, then Chelsea can get him. But the only way Chelsea are getting Sancho is if United fuck up. And United can't afford to fuck up this deal. As I said, the Glazers can't afford to. The Glazers need to win back the fans. The Glazers need to get their shirt sales up. The Glazers need to get their PR up, the social media up. The Glazers are losing money because of the stocks are low at United. The social media clicks are low. There's pressure on them. The Glazers have done their apology. The Glazers are under pressure. The Glazers can't go through another protest. If you don't sign Sancho, there's going to be another massive Glazers out protest. Let's be honest. So the Glazers can't mess up this deal. And the only way Chelsea gets Sancho is if the Glazers mess up this deal. And because I know the Glazers physically can't mess up this deal, because if the Glazers don't sign Sancho, they will lose more money than if they do sign Sancho because of the pressure with the sponsorships, with the fans, the protests, the PR, the stocks. The Glazers can't mess up this deal. So unless the Glazers mess up this deal, we will have Sancho. But we are 90% club. I do agree. Man United are the 90% club. The sad truth is, United 90% FC. Volk is a very reliable German news, so if he says a bid went in, I believe it. Yeah, 100%. The reason I believe this news and the reason I'm right on this news is because it's come from Romano, Jan and Volk. Very, very reliable. When they say something's happened, it's happened. It ain't this English media crap. It ain't this Man United leaked PR crap. Like, yeah. But we are the 90% club, guys. We are 100% the 90% club. 90% Man United. Oh, my God. I want this deal to be done. I really want to be going live tonight, tomorrow, just being like, the deal is done, guys. I just want to be going live saying the deal is done, because look, we've made our bid. Boom, bid's been rejected. He's agreed personal terms again. Boom. Like, apparently we're going to get him before the Euros, but like, unless Fabrizio Romano says we're going to get him before the Euros, I won't believe it. Let's get the deal done, United, because once you get the deal done, we can spend the whole of the rest of the window looking at the CDM we want, looking at the centre back we want. Guys, we've just hit 13.7k subs, so thank you very much to everyone that did hit that like button, subscribe down below and all of that. We're on 13.7k subs, the road to 14k. Can we hit 14k by the end of June? That would be mad. Can we hit 14k by the end of June? That would be an absolute mad one, but we have hit 13k. I am going to refresh my feed, just see if anything interesting has happened. But there's been no updates so far on Jadon Sancho in the last hour. But for everyone that's just joined the stream, before I end the stream, I am just going to keep everyone updated. I know I'm repeating myself a couple of times, but we've got loads of people joining in and out. If you just joined the stream and you want to know what's happened regarding Sancho, Sancho has agreed to join Manchester United. Man United and Sancho have reached an agreement till 2026. No problem on Sancho's part. He wants to join. He's happy to join. United are now in negotiations with Dortmund. There's no agreement made yet between Man U and Dortmund, but Man United have made their first bid. It has been rejected, and they're going in with a second higher bid, and we'll find out what that bid is and what it will be rejected later today. But yeah, we've reached an agreement with Sancho. We haven't reached an agreement with Dortmund yet, but we have made our first bid. It has been rejected, and we're preparing our second bid. That is the latest on Jadon Sancho, guys. So thank you very much for tuning into this live stream. I've been live quite a while. Hopefully we get Sancho. Hopefully we get the deal done. Red United has just commented, Sancho transfer incoming. Hopefully it's happening. Go subscribe to Red United TV. He does really good content, actually. So if you're looking for another Man United channel, Red United TV, go subscribe. Go like this video. Hit that like button. Subscribe down below. Share the video. All of that. Thanks, everyone, for watching.